my name is Linda Dolke. I'm a demonstrator with Stampin' Up! In Australia, and today for Fancy Friday I'm making this cute card with you. Stick around, I'll show you exactly how to do it. It's actually really easy and I hope you like it. So today's card is this one. I've just put a sentiment in the middle that says wishing you a lovely day, but you could use any sentiment you wanted. My wishing you a lovely day sentiment is from this set called Forever Lovely, which is a beautiful set currently available in our Occasions catalogue. And the flowers are from this set, Painted Seasons, which is a free gift with purchase, which you can find out more about by checking out my blog or my Facebook page. Okay, so let's get started. There are only 3 pieces to this card. It's super easy. I've just got my white card base. I've got a piece of lovely lipstick foil. I love the foil because it's shiny and really pretty, but you could use any darker coordinating colour. And then a piece of white, which fits inside that darker piece. Okay, hopefully you can see that. All right, so I'm going to start with the white piece. And the easiest thing to do, my 3 colours, I'm just using Lovely Lipstick, Call Me Clover and Grapefruit Grove. So this is the Lovely Lipstick ink pad. And I'm going to start with that for my sentiment. And like I said, I'm using wishing you a lovely day, but you could use any sentiment you like. And this is important though, to pop this in the middle first, because once we've done that, that kind of sets where we need the sentiment to be in place, and then we can just put all the other flowers and bits and pieces around it. Now these are distinctive stamps. You can use a mat under them if you'd like to make sure that you get good even coverage. However, I have been finding that these stamps do that anyway. They're they're rubber and they're very beautiful. Look how lovely that stamps. That real distinctive style. So I'm just going to go ahead and change the direction a little bit. I think I'll, that one here, and maybe one over here in the corner. All right, and then I'm going to go with the next one, which is it's like a succulent. If you do this one in green, it does look like a succulent, but I'm doing mine in the grapefruit. Now once again, colours are completely up to you, but I like having a coordinating colour, so this lovely lipstick coordinates with the piece of foil underneath, and I like it when you've got that happening, when you've actually got a coordinating colour in the piece underneath. Alright, so that's probably enough, the 3, and then I'm going to use the Call Me Clover. You could use any green you like, but I'm just going to I've got these 2 stamps also from the Painted Seasons, and I'm just going to add a couple of these wherever you like. I love the detail in these stamps. I just think they're absolutely beautiful. That's probably enough. See how easy that is. So I'm just going to close up those ink pads, and I'm going to bring my Big Shot in. And what I'm using to create the rectangle frames on this are these awesome stitched rectangle dies or framelits. Look how many there are, aren't they fantastic? Love them. I'm going to use the second biggest one, which is a good size, just slightly smaller than the white piece, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to go down to the 5th one because I want there to be, I'll just double check on this piece that is correct. Oh, actually it's 1 too small, so it's only, oh, it is the 5th one, but I didn't count the one I took out. Huh. Silly. But you'll play around with those until you find the size that you think works well. Yep, that's the size I want. Right, so how I'm going to be doing this, I'm going to line this one up so that it's centered, and then I'm going to center this one inside. So I want to make sure that I've kind of got the same amount of space all the way around, and when I'm happy with that, I'm going to bring my Big Shot in. Now the only problem of me using my Big Shot here when I'm when I'm doing this is the fact that it does wobble the camera. So my apologies in advance for that. Okay, let's bring this in. I'll just turn this over because those the stamp bits I just put on there are interrupting with that a little bit. So I'm just going to pop this out gently. And now I will have 3 pieces. 1, 2, and 3. There's the frame. Can you see that? If you wanted to, you could even keep that there to start. Well, it doesn't really matter, but I'm always going to be gluing down the biggest piece first. My 2 framelits can go over there. And then I'm going to bring in my lovely lipstick piece. Now I'm going to start with, like I said, the outside frame first. And I'm going to be lining that up on this piece. So I'm actually going to use snail. You can use whatever adhesive you prefer, but I want to make sure I get it glued down well around the outside. We want to get that as centered as we can. It's not quite, it's straight enough for the purpose of this exercise. And then the next one that's going to go in is this one. Okay, so you just need to make sure that you have got the pattern lining up. You don't want it to go on upside down because your pattern won't line up. So that's not correct. This one is correct. But this time I want this one up on dimensionals because I want the frame to be lifted higher. So I've got my dimensionals here and I'm going to use quite a few, 1 in each corner. One on each end. And 1 or 2 on the longer side. You want to make sure it doesn't sag anywhere, but that probably, for the size of my card, will be enough. So you will go through a few dimensionals doing this, but those are so cheap anyway. They're very reasonable for lots and lots of dimensionals in a pack. I love dimensionals. Now I've turned this around a couple of times. I need to make sure that I line it up again. I believe yep, that's correct. So what I want to do is I want to go right in over the top of it. So you're looking at the back of my head again. And I am going to make sure that that is directly inside that original square that I placed. And hopefully now you can see that this is a little higher. Finally, the piece that we're going to be putting in is this middle section. So I'm just going to make sure there's some snail on the back of that. And I'm going to be popping that straight into the hole. Once again, making sure that my design lines up and that this piece in the middle sits flat. Okay, just like that. So we have our flat piece here at the back, flat in the middle, but the frame in between where the 2 framelits cut is actually lifted higher. And you can see here on my original card, I just mounted the whole thing onto a white card base and added some diamantes in the middle just to say that that's done. And I was actually really happy with it. I think it's really pretty. It's actually a very simple card, but it turns out really, really nice. And these stamps are just so beautiful. I hope you enjoyed it. That's what I'm calling Fancy Friday because it's been a while since I had a regular video schedule, and I'm hoping that I will be a lot more regular with my videos each week from here on in. Thanks guys, have a fantastic day. Bye.